together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. That's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today we have a full MLB slate to go over. I've already locked in 4 plays for today's slate. And we got probably plenty more action to come from there as well. We also have some WNBA today, right, Tim? There's some WNBA. One game. Yeah. But it's a big game, right? It's
Commissioner's Cup or something like that, yeah.
The Aces Liberty, right?
Yes.
WNBA.
Yes.
But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday. Went one right, went one wrong in the world of sports betting. And it was another just meh day for me. I only had 9 plays on the board, or 9 plays on the card yesterday, and I finished up 0.4 units. It should have been better. Houston, Miami over 8 was a loser. Let me take a look real quick. I want to take a look at that game. Get the exact number, so I have the exact correct number here. Really, that was it? I felt like they left so many more earners on. The game finished 2 runs off, and the Astros left 10 runners on base and were 2 for 12 with runners in scoring position.
Solid.
So yeah, that's fun. So I lost the over 8 there. The Yankees put up 3 runs. They put up 2 runs in the first 2 innings and then only 1 in the 9th. So the team total over 3.5 loses. Thank you to the Braves though for hitting that full game over all by themselves. The triple up in the Cardinals game smashed. Cardinals run line, never in doubt. Totally did not need a 3-run double or 3-run double with an error. In the 7th inning, 8th inning, something along those lines, 7th inning. Team total over 3.5, full game over 8.5, bang, bang, bang. The Royals, first 5, was a winner. Tim, did you see how the Royals won that game last night?
No, I was asleep.
The Royals were up 5-0 in that game, and they choked away the lead. And I have to find, you would really, really like this. I have to find the video of how they won last night because you would really enjoy this one here.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
No,
on MLB.
No, I got it ready. I'm gonna just I want to show this off because we don't see.
I don't know if you can show it off on this.
It's a 11-second clip, but
like this. There it is. He gets it down, and the Royals win.
How beautiful is that? They won on a walk-off suicide squeeze.
Oh, sorry. That is beautiful.
I knew you would like that because it brings small ball back into the game. So the Royals' first 5 was a winner. If you had the full game, never in doubt. They were up 5-0. It was 6-5. It was 6-5 Mariners in the top of the 9th, and the Royals scored 2 in the bottom of the 9th to win it. So that was a fun game. Padres' first 5, Yu Darvish sucked. And then Tampa Bay, San Fran, my whole cap was thrown off when the Giants did not go to Sean Manaea as their primary guy. They went to Tristan Becks. And most of my cap there was Glasnow's going to shove, which he kind of did. And the Rays aren't hitting lefties at the moment. And Sean Manaea is a lefty, and I was expecting him to come in and pitch well. Well, Ryan Walker did the job. Tristan Becks gives up 5 runs. And lose the first 5 under there. So 5-4, up 0.4 units overall. And then 114, 130, and 10, down 17.68 units. And it's a climb right now. We're about halfway through the month. And I need to get back into the black here. So I need to have a really, really, really strong week here. And hopefully we do.
Yeah, yesterday was another shitty day. And we're buried almost 11 units for the month now. We went 1-4 on the site yesterday. Soccer play didn't work out. It was plus money, whatever. That was Manchester United minus 1.75. They won 1-0. The over in the Astros game, loser. Yankees, useless. Kansas City, that was our only win yesterday, plus 133. And then the under in the San Fran game. It's just been ugly. And I want to be able to just kind of keep on moving through. It is what it is, and we got a lot of ground to make up. So see how it goes.
Yep.
Yesterday down 2.87.
It happens. But head over to the chat. And we'll get today's slate started. B-Hawk coming in hot. Yes, agreed. I used Joe's bets and lost both. As Astros money line or run line. That one's a tricky one. We'll be getting.
I do like the Astros today.
That's one of the games we'll be getting into earlier. The lines move towards the Marlins. I'm trying to figure out that game. Of course, through 5 innings, the Stros game, and I couldn't get that first 5 under. Of course, through 5 innings, the Stros game, so I couldn't get the first 5 under did hit. Other than the 6-2 last night. My guys, ESB, good morning. Here for the never in doubters, totally. Stros run line. Good morning, guys. Houston shit the bed yesterday. I think they left 10 to 12. They left 10 runners on base last night. Yep. And they were 2 for 12 with runners in scoring position.
Crazy.
Nathan is back telling me Stros minus 1.5, but I need more clarity. Yeah. The only time traveler I have met, his username was Time Traveler. Interesting. 0 for 3 yesterday. Yeah. Good morning, twins. What's good, Andre Francis? Looks like a new name in the chat there. We'll get it started, though. The Battle of Ohio. The Cincinnati Reds and the Cleveland Guardians in this one here. The Reds are minus 115 favorites with a total of 9.5 in this game. I gotta say, it's so nice having a monitor again. Let's take a look at the line history in this one. Here, this line's moved a decent amount. It opened up at a minus 115 for Cincinnati. It got all the way down to minus 101 for Cincinnati, and it's gone back to 110 for Cincinnati. So the line's moved 5 cents towards the Guardians, though. Line opened up at a 9.5 minus 105. It's down to a 9.5 minus 104. So a 1 cent line movement towards the under and a 5 cent line movement towards Cleveland. Taking a look at where the money is coming in on this game, 78% of the tickets and 86% of the cash is on the Reds. And the lines move towards the Guardians. Tells me maybe the Guardians are a decent look here. 46% of the tickets, 77% of the cash is on the under. The lines moved a penny towards that under there. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal. And is it on the screen? Where'd my ballpark? There it is. It was literally right next to it. There we go. Let's update Ballpark Pal for today and get up for Cleveland. This one, there we go. Great American Ballpark, plus 20% runs today, plus 41% home runs, 6% doubles, triples, 1% singles. I think that's one of the highest numbers I've ever seen for home runs. So definitely interesting there. Heading over to the pitching matchup, which is Logan Allen and Graham Ashcraft. Logan Allen with a 3.72 ERA, 1.21 WHIP, 7.76 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%, 3.41 walks per nine, a 250 BABIP, a 492 FIP, and a 4.69 Sierra. On the flip side, Graham Ashcraft a 2.11 ERA, a 1.02 WHIP, 6.34 strikeouts per nine, which is 18%, 2.58 walks per nine, a 228 BABIP, but a 4.65 FIP and a 4.62 Sierra. I think matchup's kind of just a toss-up in my opinion. The bullpen advantage goes towards the Guardians here. 4.27 FIP, 3.94 Sierra compared to 4.82 FIP and a 3.93 Sierra. The hitting advantage goes towards the Guardians here. 113 WRC plus, which is 10th, compared to 74, which is 25th. The Reds are just not hitting right now. And I think that can lead to Logan Allen having a decent performance here and lead to a potential Guardians win here. I'm leaning towards Cleveland in this game. I can get plus 101 with these Guardians in this spot.
You know my feelings on Graham Ashcraft. He's been really solid. Over his last 8 starts, he's allowed 3 runs or more once, and that was in 8 innings against the Washington Nationals. He's been nothing short of solid for this Reds rotation. Although you look at the last 6 games that he's pitched, the Reds have won 2 of them. So that's a little bit concerning. But I as much as you said the ballpark stuff and all that, I kind of lean under in this game just because, oh, wow, it's got 41% towards the home runs and it's only a 9.5. I don't know. That just normally with these games we would see 10.5s in it's very similar to Coors.
Yeah.
But I would lean under in this game. I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to actually get to it though. It's just a little bit of a weird spot here.
Yeah, I just moved on Cleveland money line plus 101 here for this one.
Good luck.
Back to the chat.
I don't remember where you left off.
There we go, right there.
The Giants first 500. I got you. Cleveland first 5 money line, but pass. And Cleveland's not throwing Gavin Williams. I'm not interested. AL Central game. Not quite because it's not AL Central versus AL Central. That's the game that I don't like to bet. Pass on this game. Fair. It's been harder lately. First 5 under seems appealing. It kind of does.
That was a small
Stop, Gio. Welcome. Let's head to this game, which the line dropped.
Yeah, Houston Astros and the Miami Marlins, minus 115 for the Astros with a total of 9 in this game. It just feels too easy, right? The Astros just feel too easy.
I don't know. They've lost how many games in a row?
This line's moved up, though, since I typed this up this morning. Line opened up at a 130. It did get down to this 115. It's now back up to a 124. Still a 6-cent line movement towards the Marlins here in this one. Line opened up at an 8.5 at minus 110. It's up to a 9 at minus 105. Taking a look at the money coming in on this one here. 70% of the tickets and 61% of the cash is on the under, and the line's moved up to a 9. So they're not worried about that under money whatsoever. 70% of the tickets and 55% of the cash is on the Astros, and the line's moved towards the Marlins, which tells me they think that Christian Javier is vulnerable here, which I kind of agree with. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal for this one. They are in Miami, which is minus 6% as usual. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here between Johnny Cueto and Christian Javier. Christian Javier, 4.44 ERA, 1.22 whip, 9.57 strikeouts per 9, which is 25%, 5.47 walks per 9, a 186 BABIP, but a 5.77 FIP and a 5.30 SIERA. Probably what the books are seeing and projecting that he gets hit today. On the flip side, Cueto, 4.15 ERA, 0.88 whip, 7.96 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%. 2.08 walks per 9, a 190 BABIP, a 4.8 FIP, and a 4.19 SIERA. The bullpen advantage goes towards Miami here in this one. 3.82 FIP, 3.62 SIERA compared to 5.43 FIP and a 4.40 SIERA. Hitting advantage does go towards the Astros here in this one. 111 WRC plus, which is 11th. The Marlins do hit lefties better than they hit righties. Righties, they're 86 WRC plus, which is 26th. I do project Javier gets hit a little bit here in this spot. How much? Not 100% sure. But with all the money coming in on this over or on this under and the line moving up, tells me that the books are not afraid of this under money, and neither am I. I'm going to grab the over 9 here in this spot. After how many runners the Astros left on base yesterday, and this line just moved from 105 to a 107, confirming my play a little bit even more. Over 9, minus 107 for me.
Yeah, I like the Astros in this one. I would also lean towards the over. I'm not a fan of Johnny Cueto. He's allowed 4 earned runs or more in half of his starts. And not to mention the Miami Marlins are 1-5 in his starts. I know that's not really a thing that you look at, but it just shows me that they're not providing enough for him. Combined in his 6 starts, they've given him 14 runs of run support. That's a little bit more than 2 runs a game. And one of them was a shutout, and he got a couple of 4s. Sorry, they got a 5 is one of them. This is just me fading Cueto. It's kind of similar to fading Wainwright, but just like a light version of it, I guess. I know Javier is not good. I guess this would be a double up spot then, Nick. I would take the over and the Astros. I think the Astros put up runs against Cueto. That's just my thoughts on it.
I would like to back the Astros. This line scares the crap out of me. The way the lines are moving down. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand, and that's going to keep me off the side because I can see Javier getting hit here, honestly. So
okay, we'll head back to the chat.
Yep. Pass this game where it's been harder lately. Yeah. I think we already said that.
Yep. I think he got.
What's up, y'all? What's good? Stop, Gio. Would you do the same bet? Would you do the same bet I did yesterday and cash Cardinal run line, Texas run line, and Orioles? I'm on the over in the Texas game. I haven't touched either of the other games yet.
Orioles, yes.
Yeah. I wrote in horrible language. I'm tired. Fair. It's a trap. I'm kind of worried about that. Yeah. Reds no bat 9th plus 120. Good luck. Marlins money line for good night Munchie. Yeah, Cueto's numbers are terrible. Get right spot for the Stros. Didn't see that. Luis Severino has not thrown a home run since June 24th. That's crazy because his numbers are terrible. I think both get hit, but high scoring. I think 8-6. Yeah, I'm totally cool with that. We'll keep it moving here. The Boston Red Sox are minus 160 favorites against the Washington Nationals with a total of 9 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot. Line opened up at a minus 155. It's now a minus 162. A 7-cent line movement towards Boston. Line opened up at a 9. It's now up to a 9.5. A move towards the over, suggesting that Josiah Gray is vulnerable in this game. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one, see if that represents it as well. We have 91% of the tickets and 78% of the cash is on the Red Sox here. So it looks like the public is on the Red Sox, but they're respecting the money. The lines move towards Boston here. 74% of the tickets and 78% of the cash is on the over. The lines move towards that direction, so it all makes sense there. Taking a look at the ballpark pal for this one here for Boston and Washington, plus 13% runs, plus 27% home runs, minus 1% doubles, triples, plus 3% singles. We have Nick Pivetta taking on Josiah Gray. I want to take a quick look at how long Pivetta is going to go in this game, because is he somebody that's been pitching deeper into games, or is he somebody 5 innings, 4 innings, 7 innings, 5 innings, 6? Okay, so he can pitch deeper into games, which is nice to see because he's had good numbers. 2.54 ERA, 0.88 WHIP, 12.39 strikeouts per 9, which is 36%. 2.22 walks per 9, a 2.32 BABIP, a 3.55 FIP, and a 2.54 Sierra. On the flip side, Josiah Gray has not been very good. 4.78 ERA, a 1.44 WHIP, 6.15 strikeouts per 9, which is 15%. 4.1 walks per 9, a 2.93 BABIP, a 4.59 FIP, and a 5.70 Sierra. Open advantage goes towards the Red Sox here. 3.87 FIP, 3.81 Sierra. compared to 4.64 and 4.11. Hitting advantage goes towards the Red Sox as well. 98 WRC plus, which is 16th, compared to 94, which is 19th. I would like to move on the Red Sox here. I think there's a little bit of value here with Boston, even laying a little bit of a price with them here. You can get the first 5 minus a half and minus 125 full game run line at minus 108. I don't think that minus 1 is going to be anywhere remotely close to playable. It is minus 136. It is playable. I'm going to play the Boston minus 1 then. I'm going to play Boston minus 1 and first 5 minus a half here with Boston. I think they take care of business here with Pivetta over Gray in the spot. You're muted.
Yeah, sorry. I was uploading stuff on Instagram and I didn't want the noise to come through. I don't know. I'm going to back you on this one. At first, I looked at it. I'm like, oh, I kind of like Washington. I like Josiah Gray. Then I looked at his numbers. I said, maybe if this was in Boston, I would like the Nationals. Because Josiah Gray has a 2.82 ERA on the road. He's got a 5.17 at home. So his ERA is double at home. And Nick Pivetta hasn't been bad as of late. I could see the over in this game as well. But these are games that Boston needs to win in order to kind of maintain a chance. How far back are they? They're 3 games back for a wild card. Seattle 2 games. Seattle has lost 3 straight now, so they're dropping away from that spot at the moment. But it is what it is. I like the Red Sox in this one as well. Take the run line. What can we get for the run line? What's it at? Plus, it's at minus 105.
Yeah, it's
True,
still,
because they're a big favorite on the road, but
yeah, it's a road favorite.
Yeah.
That's why I was surprised that I was able to play the minus 1 because I know their run line was negative, but only minus 162 for the money line. So that's what allowed me to do that. But yeah, doubling up on Boston here in this one for me. Here we go. Birdcage, Orioles, Blue Jays, Cardinals.
I'd be careful with the Blue Jays today.
Interesting. Had the Mets over 9.5 and got hooked. Still went 3-4. Yeah, I never even looked at that Mets game. I think the more and more I was looking at it, I was leaning Mets because it was the Sunday night baseball fade versus a doubleheader.
That's kind of the main reason why we stayed off that, and there was no line. But
yeah, there was no line. And
but
I was mad
knows
that
we
there
have no
wasn't a
problem
line for
fading
that
Mets.
Colorado. There wasn't a line for the Colorado game, and I saw what the line opened up later. I was like, there's no way I would lay minus 240 with Arizona.
Oh,
no, and they lost. Red Sox minus 2.5 for Nathan Cerna. I hit the like button like an adult. Appreciate it. I got Boston, Philadelphia, Oakland, and Braves. We will be getting into those matchups there. I did move on the over in the Braves game, and that's all that I've moved on for those 4 teams that you just listed there. But we will move on here. The Toronto Blue Jays and the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies are minus 110 favorites with a total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here between the Jays and the Phils. Line opened up at minus 120 for Philadelphia. It's down to a minus 110. So the line moving towards the Jays here. Line opened up at an 8.5 down to an 8. So a little bit of a respect here for Yusei Kikuchi and also Zach Wheeler, suggesting that both pitch well today. Taking a look at the cash flow in this one, let's see if that represents it as well. 47% of the tickets and 50% of the cash is on the under. Pretty balanced split here. 54% of the tickets and 73% of the cash is on the Phillies. And they're making it more appealing to bet the Phillies. Tells me that Yusei Kikuchi pitches really well in this game today. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal for this one. We are in Toronto Rogers Center, minus 4% runs, minus 1% home runs, plus 2% doubles, triples, minus 6% singles. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here in this one. Yusei Kikuchi and Zach Wheeler. Wheeler, 2.76 ERA, 1.86 whip. 9.92 strikeouts per nine, which is 28%, 0.83 walks per nine, a 235 BABIP, a 3.82 FIP, and a 3.20 SIERA. Kikuchi, 1.24 ERA, 1.07 WHIP, 9 strikeouts per nine, which is 25%, 2.48 walks per nine, a 299 BABIP, a 2.4 FIP, and a 3.68 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards these Jays as well, 3.76 FIP, 4.07 SIERA compared to 4.61 and 4.37. Hitting advantage goes towards these Philadelphia Phillies, 129 WRC plus, which is 4th in baseball against lefties compared to 95, which is 17th. We just saw Yusei Kikuchi go up against a decent left-handed hitting team last appearance and slowed down. I believe he slowed down the Orioles his last appearance, if I remember right. Or last time he faced a team that hits lefties well. He gave up only 1 earned run on 6 hits against the Orioles. He's only given up 1 earned run in 4 straight starts. 1 earned run against Cleveland, 1 earned run against Baltimore, 1 earned run against the Dodgers, 1 earned run against the Diamondbacks. Kikuchi's been pitching damn good recently here. And the line move tells me that the under is worth a look here. And I kind of agree with that here because I think Wheeler can come out here and shove as well. I'm kind of thinking this under. Let's take a look what I can get this first 5 under at because I'm afraid that it's going to be a 4. I'm afraid it's going to be a 4 because it's an 8. Show me 4.5. Damn it, it is a 4. First 5 under 4 at minus 115. I'm kind of interested in that look. What's your thoughts here? Philadelphia and Toronto.
You obviously haven't seen my video for last night.
I did not, no.
I like the under. Wheeler's been a lot stronger on the road than he is at home, and I trust him. Wheeler's been really solid. He's going to allow a couple of runs, but probably nothing too crazy. And Kikuchi, you just said he's only allowed 4 runs in his last 4 starts. I think this is a perfect way to go under. Now, you can get 8 at minus 123 or 7.5 at the normal number. I'm going to grab the 8 so we can get a push. This is a little bit juicy, but I'm expecting Kikuchi to have a good start, and I'm expecting another solid one from Mr. Wheeler, who is going into, I believe he's going to be a free agent after this year. So he's got to pitch well the rest of the year, build up that next contract, and I think this is a good start for him. Under 8 in this one for me.
Yeah. The more and more I'm looking at it, I want to move on a side as well. And I also just saw a post from somebody. We do have, shout out to Razor Sharp Picks, the gambler's first glance is in this game. It's the Toronto Blue Jays.
He's on the Blue Jays.
And I was leaning Blue Jays, and I think I'm going to pull the trigger here on Toronto as well. I'm grabbing the first 5 under 4 in this game, minus 115. I'm also going to grab the Blue Jays money line at even money in this spot as well. I really like the way Kikuchi's been pitching, and I want to find a way to back him here, and that is, I think, the best way to do it is with the first 5 under and the Toronto Blue Jays full game money line here in this spot. So Kikuchi shoves today.
I agree. Back to the chat.
Yo. Morning, gentlemen. Morning. Philly 0-7 versus a National League opponent. American League opponent, I'm assuming. Swept that Orioles game yesterday. Money line, reverse money line, and the Nerfy. Nerfy in first 5 under. I'm guessing for this one here. Blue Jays first 5 under. Yes. Sorry. I did see the pick on balling out. And then Untouchable saying Aces spread and the over for that.
Yes, I like the Aces today.
I saw a stat with the Las Vegas Aces. They are, I believe, 15-0 at home, if I'm not mistaken.
Something like that. I just judged it off of you saw what happened the last time these two teams played, right?
Yeah, they're 15-0 straight up at home. Their only losses were in New York. They were in Dallas and in Connecticut. And I also believe I saw they're 11-3-1 ATS at home as well. So this team just wins and covers at home.
Correct.
We'll move on here to this one. The New York Mets and the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Mets are minus 135 favorites with a total of 9 in this game. I'm kind of interested in this spot here. Let's get into it. We have Bailey Falter and David Peterson. Beauty of a pitching matchup here. Yeah. Line opened up at minus 145 for the Mets. It's down to a minus 135. So a 10-cent line movement towards Pittsburgh here. Line opened up at a 9.5 at minus 120. It's now down to a 9. And the juice is towards the under. So the line's moved a half run, actually a little bit more than a half run towards the under because the juice has shifted as well. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game. See if it represents a line move towards the Pirates and a line move towards the under, and it 100% does. 34% of the tickets and 76% of the cash is on the Pirates. 30% of the tickets and 71% of the cash is on the under. So these the market's suggesting Bailey Falter shoves. PNC Park, Nope City Field today, minus 5% runs, plus 10% home runs, minus 12% double triples, minus 6% singles. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. This one, David Peterson and Bailey Falter. Bailey Falter, a 5.63 ERA, a 2.13 whip. He's not been very good. 5.63 strikeouts per 9, which is 13%. 3.38 walks per 9, a 4.14 BABIP, a 6.39 FIP, and a 5.54 Sierra. On the flip side, David Peterson has been better. 2.45 ERA, 1.50 whip the last 30 days, 8.59 strikeouts per 9, which is 23%. 4.91 walks per 9, a 3.61 BABIP, a 4.08 FIP, and a 4.28 Sierra. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Pirates here, 3.72 FIP, 3.56 Sierra, compared to 4.97 FIP and a 4.33 Sierra. Hitting advantage goes towards the Mets here, a 92 WRC+, which is 17th, compared to 67, which is 26th. I believe Peterson pitches well in this game. So does the market in this one here. And the market's also projecting Bailey Falter to pitch well in this game as well, which makes me scratch my head because he's not been good. But one thing I have noticed is decent home road split pitcher right now is David Peterson. You want to back him at home. You don't want to back him on the road. On the road, he's 1-5 with a 7.75 ERA. At home, he's 2-2 with a 2.93 ERA. He just pitches so much better at home, and I think he can go out there and shove today, David Peterson. Let's take a look what we're getting here for a first 5 total. It scares me having to trust Bailey Falter in the mix here as well. I think the under is the look. First 5 under 4.5 at minus 103 is where I'm going to be moving on this game. It scares me to back Bailey Falter here, but this is an underplay for me.
I want nothing to do with this game. I'm not. The Mets should not be favorites.
Against the Pirates, they should.
I don't know about that. They're about the same. Or they shouldn't be this big of favorites. This one should be closer to a pick 'em. I'm not trusting the Mets as a favorite. It would have to be a run line, and I'm not touching that. And it's against a lefty. The Mets don't hit against lefties.
They've been better as of late, but yeah, that's part of the under as well.
But I'm not trusting bullpens for an under, and I don't bet first 5. So this one's going to be a complete stay away from me. I really want nothing to do with Mets games.
Fair enough. Back to the chat.
Yeah. Usual money on the Roger. On the Jolly Roger again?
Yes. It's that way every day.
Can't fault him. Falter. Got it. Poopy play of the day. Mets and Peterson. It's not about the money. Spider-Man. I don't really know if I can call it a poopy play.
Bailey Falter is pretty bad as well.
I don't know if there is necessarily a poopy play today. Just kind of scrolling through it. There's not really much of. I guess the only one I could really see is Kansas City again, but I really have none. 5-4 Mets. I could see it, but I'm not holding my breath. I won't watch the game. We'll go from 1 last place New York team to the other. Oh wait, no, the Mets aren't in last place anymore. They were for a little bit.
And I've already made I already doubled up on this game.
Yep. Okay. We're in the same spot.
Yeah. I've doubled up on the total in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here. And I bet this game last night. Luis Severino and Bryce Edler. This line opened up at a 10.5 minus 115. It's now back up to a 10.5 at minus 126. This line did drop this morning, which had me a little bit worried, but it's moved back since. So it's been an 11-cent line movement towards the over. Line opened up at a 215. It got all the way down to a minus 183. It got all the way back up to a minus 227. And now the Braves sit at minus 208, a 7-cent line movement since the opening line towards the New York Yankees. Let's take a look at the ballpark pal on this one here, which is the fourth best on the slate, plus 7% runs, plus 5% home runs, minus 2% doubles, triples, plus 8% singles. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here of this one, and it is a doozy. Luis Severino and Bryce Edler. Severino, a 9.43 ERA, a 2.05 whip, 8.15 strikeouts per nine, which is 18%, 3.86 walks per nine, a 4.03 BABIP, a 7.22 FIP, and a 4.85 SIERA. On the flip side, Bryce Edler, 6.48 ERA, 1.44 whip, 6.12 strikeouts per nine, which is 15%, 2.88 walks per nine, a 289 BABIP, but a 506 FIP and a 5.08 SIERA. Both pitchers have been bad. The bullpens have been better, actually. The bullpens are not terrible. Bullpen edge goes towards the Yankees, 4.17 FIP, 3.51 SIERA compared to 4.10 and 3.9. Hitting advantage is a massive one towards the Braves here in this 138 WRC plus, which is second compared to 94, which is 18th for the New York Yankees. Here's the pretty simple truth about this. Bryce Edler is going to give up runs, and Luis Severino is not going to make it past 3 innings. I wanted to find a way to get multiple bets down on this over. I got the full game over 10.5. I bet that last night at minus 122. My next question was, how else am I going to find a way to back the over in this game? Atlanta's team total is too high here. It's a 5.5, which I hate 5.5s to begin with. But then it's, never mind. It's a 6.5 now. In order to cash the team total over for the Braves, they need to score a touchdown. It's a baseball game. I lean Yankees Yankees team total or 4.5. I don't want to trust them to score runs, though. I end up taking the first 5 over. I double down that way because the Braves score more first inning runs than any team in baseball. And I could see them striking for 4 against Severino in the first inning. Like, if you're looking, I actually kind of want to see what this prop is. Game props. Let's see. Can I get the first inning result for the Braves? Like, first inning minus a half for the Braves, because I think the Braves lead 3-0, 4-0 at the end of the first inning here, and they torch Severino in this spot. So I like the Braves to put up runs, and I like the Yankees to get some off of Edler as well. So first 5 over 6. It's a high total, and the full game over 10.5. But I like them both.
Yeah, I'm on the over. It's not really not much thought put into it, but look at Atlanta. They're just not stopping. They've gone over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of 11 games. They've just been scoring runs galore, and I believe they're probably close to the top offense in baseball at this point. They are the number 1 offense in baseball now. They're going to put up their runs tonight. My worry is, are we going to get enough from the Yankees? And Bryce Edler has not been good since I put the $5 on him to win the Cy Young at, 30-1.
I told you not to. His advanced stats were terrible.
Hey, it was worth it. He sucks now. I like the over in this game. I think both pitchers get lit up, and this ends up being another 11-3 type of game. I would look towards Atlanta run line as well, just because fading the Yankees. It could be after tonight that the Yankees are even 500. So
Here I am sitting with the Yankee win total over.
I like the over in this game.
There we go. Head back to the chat here. Let's take a look. Braves money line for Munchie.
Run line it, dude. Come on.
Correlated parlay. Braves run line in the over 10.5. I don't hate it. I want to see what that is real quick. I'm not going to bet it. I don't think you
run line and the over, Nick.
You can't run line, but you can money line in the over. That would be a plus 165. $100 pays out 165.60. It's not a bad look if you expect the Braves to win and you expect the game to go over. Absolutely. Either bet the Braves or stay off. Wrong. You can take the opponent team total overs. Those have been hitting a decent amount in Braves games. So, yeah. Braves -2. A little trip through time. Yes, they get crushed early and often. There you go. Good morning. Do you have a favorite underdog play today? Underdog. What's your definition of an underdog? Just plus money? I like the Cleveland Guardians, but they're only plus 101. I like the Toronto Blue Jays, but they're only even money.
Baltimore Orioles.
It's going to sound weird. I kind of lean towards the White Sox a little bit later here with Tukey Toussaint, but I didn't play that. But it would be Toronto and Cleveland for me at the moment, but those are barely dogs. Detroit Tigers, Minnesota Twins. The Twinnies are minus 180, and Tim's Tigers with his Tigers shirt on there playing here. Total 8.5. I know. You sat back, and all I saw was the Tiger shirt. I had to say something, right?
Yes.
We have Alex Faedo and Bailey Ober here in this one here. Line open up at a 190. It's down to a 179. So an 11-cent line movement towards the Minnesota Twins in this one here. And then we had the line open up at an 8.5 minus 115. It is still an 8.5 and minus 115. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one, see if it represents a live movement towards these Detroit Tigers in this one. We do have 93% of the tickets and 89% of the cash is on the over, and the line's not moved. And we have 57% of the tickets and 96% of the cash is on these Detroit Tigers, and the line's moved towards the Tigers here in this spot. Let's take a look at Ballpark Pal. Target field is actually plus 6% today. Plus 1% home runs, plus 2% double triples, plus 7% singles. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, Alex Faedo, 2.53 ERA, 1.03 WHIP, 5.91 strikeouts per nine, which is 17%, 5.06 walks per nine. He walks a little bit too many batters, but a 115 BABIP, a 608 FIP, and a 5.93 SIERA. Bad. On the flip side, Bailey Ober, 5.88 ERA, 1.58 WHIP, 9.69 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%, 0.35 walks per nine, a 413 BABIP, a 507 FIP, and a 3.72 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Tigers in this one here, 4.04 FIP, 3.93 SIERA compared to 4.65 and 3.95. Hitting edge does go towards the Twinnies, though, here in this one, 124 WRC plus, which is 4th, compared to 94, which is 21st. This is a stay-off spot for me. I wanted to find a way to back the Twins in this game. I just couldn't because of the line movement. But 96, 90, it's like 97% of the cash on the Tigers, though. I'm not really interested in backing anything in this game, so I'm going to pull a Tim here and pass on an AL Central game.
I agree. I just don't bet AL Central games. They don't. I never get them right. I bet like 3 of them all year. That division's my kryptonite, so I know to stay away from it. Nothing really special.
Yep. Back to the chat.
Yep. Chicago money line is the lock of the day. Yes, untouchable. Yes, I like it. Detroit money line, maybe. I don't hate it. Let's go to this game, Nick.
Yeah, I've already moved on this game too. I did a free pick video for it last night, and it's moved against me, which pisses me off. Texas Rangers and the LA Angels, minus 170 for the Rangers. Total of 8.5. This line has moved. It opened up in a 9 at -105. When I played it, it's now down to an 8.5. And line opened up at a 160. It's now at 182. So a big line move here towards Jordan Montgomery and these Texas Rangers. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game, see if it represents a line move towards the Rangers here. As we have 77% of the tickets and 84% of the cash is on the over in this game, and the lines move towards the under. I'm pissed that I'm on the over right now because I bet that last night and lines moved against me, and all the money is again on the over, and the lines dropped. I wouldn't be playing this over if I was betting it this morning, honestly. 8% of the tickets and 82% of the cash is on the Angels in this game. That's pretty wide discrepancy there, which is interesting because the lines moved massively towards the Rangers in this spot. Taking a look at ballpark pal for this one, Globe Life Field is in a normal -7%. And for the pitching matchup here, we have Lucas Giolito, 8.75 ERA, 1.86 whip, 10.65 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%. 5.7 walks per nine, a 3.44 BABIP, a 7.57 FIP, and a 4.80 SIERA. Montgomery with a 3.90 ERA, a 1.33 whip, 6.9 strikeouts per nine, which is 18%. 3 walks per nine, a 2.92 BABIP, a 4.66 FIP, and a 4.89 SIERA. Open advantage goes towards the Rangers here, 4.65 FIP, 3.71 SIERA, compared to 5.31 FIP and 4.42 SIERA. Hitting advantage goes towards the Rangers, 116 WRC plus, which is 6, compared to 112, which is 12 for the Angels. I played the over at 9. It's down to an 8.5 now. Both these pitchers are not anything to write home about. Lucas Giolito has been terrible since coming to the Angels. Both these teams are hitting right now, and I think they can get runs off the bullpen as well. I'm on the over. I'm not as confident with the line movement, though.
I like Texas. It's just that they keep winning. Jordan Montgomery's been okay since coming, but you look at this Texas team, and they've won, 8 out of their last 10? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 out of their last 13. They've been one of the best teams in baseball since the trade deadline, and yet they're still only 2.5 games up in their division. Which is interesting to see. 3.5 games up in their division. I think Texas rolls. I think it's a bad series for the Astros for watching wise, because I think that this one could very well end in a sweep. We've seen how bad the Angels have looked since the trade deadline, and man, have they made it really? It looks more and more like a mistake for them to go and buy and not sell Ohtani at the deadline. Angels are going to be in rough shape for years to come. I like the Rangers in this one.
Yeah, and the more and more I look at it, the more and more I'm interested in the Rangers in this game as well. I was looking up what the -1 line would be. It's only a -134. I'm actually interested in Texas here, laying a little bit of a number here. First 5 in full game. I think they dominated again. They destroyed the Angels last night. I think we see something very similar here again today. I don't bet the Rangers often, but here we go. First 5 -0.5 is -128. Full game -1 at -134 for me.
I can get the run line at +118.
Yeah.
Texas today. Back to chat.
Yep. And it feels like every single day that passes, my Astros to win the division tickets slipping some more. It's frustrated, but it is what it is. Sorry, your boy late. Unbelievable. Astros first 5 and full game for Juan here. Women's World Cup from Ice X. Ice X back to the chat. Australia to qualify to the next round at +120 over England. Interesting. I like it. Ice X, says Nathan. LJ in the house. Rangers are 10-0 since August 26th in the second game of the series, when scored 10 runs in the last game and 9-1 straight up, 8-2 out the run line coming off of a shutout loss. Let's cash.
How do you find trends like this?
I honestly don't know.
LJ, how do you find trends like this? Like that in the second game of a series when they score 10 plus runs and this, that, and the other, and the degrees is 73. That's just I just don't know how people find trends like that. I props to you. I just don't know how you find stuff like that.
Yeah. Going to the NFL, remember to chase primetime unders, divisional unders, and divisional home dogs. I'm going to keep those trends in mind. I'm not going to blindly bet them this year. I don't think I'm going to blindly bet all these unders. But yeah, I remember to do that. And then Tim says he has the Instagram play of the day. Would you like to reveal that?
No. All right, fine. It's not pretty. I don't like it. It's not. Ugh. It has to be those two teams. I know it's gross. And I put the future NL MVP on there.
Oh, you're thinking Matt Olson wins the MVP?
I think Matt Olson's more valuable than Ronald Acuna Jr.
Yeah, if he goes out there and hits 60 home runs, is he just the MVP automatically?
I gotta see what you can get him on. Let's see. Let's go to Bovada and see what you. Oh, I forgot I can't get Bovada on here.
Player futures, most valuable player. You can get 14-1 on Matt Olson. Ronald Acuna Jr. is -600. Freddie Freeman 4-1. Mookie Betts 30-1.
I think there's a lot more value on Matt Olson.
Yeah. Nathan saying good intel. LJ. I like the run line, but take -170 because I'm doing parlays. Fair. Research, buddy.
I give you props. It's just crazy to see how some of the trends you find.
Yep. Let's keep on keeping on here as we head into the game that has Untouchables lock of the day on Chicago Moneyline. We have the White Sox and the Cubs. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here with Chicago opening up at a -180. They're now -172. The Cubbies, my bad, opened up -180. They're now -174. The lines moved 6 cents towards the White Sox in this game, which is kind of interesting. Line opened up at an 8.5 at -115. It is now an 8.5 at -123. So a line movement towards the over here as well. This did touch 9 for a little bit and got bought back down to the 8.5 number. Taking a look at it, 83% of the tickets and 79% of the cash is on the under. The lines move towards the over. It tells me that they're not really worried about that under money. 70% of the tickets and 97% of the cash is on the Chicago Cubs, and the line is moving towards the White Sox. Tells me that potentially this could be a White Sox spot. Looking at the field or ballpark pal for this one here, we are in Wrigley Field, which is the second worst hitting conditions on the slate. -8% runs, -10% home runs, -1% doubles, triples, -4% singles. The pitching matchup leaves a little bit to be desired. Touki Toussaint, 4.55 ERA, 1.41 WHIP, 9.43 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%, 5.86 walks per nine, a 2.57 BABIP, 4.75 FIP, and a 5 SIERA. On the flip side, Kyle Hendricks, 5.45 ERA, 1.24 WHIP, 6.82 strikeouts per nine, which is 18%, 1.09 walks per nine, a 2.98 BABIP, a 2.96 FIP, and a 4.15 SIERA. Bullpen advantage actually goes towards the White Sox here, 4.20 FIP, 3.99 SIERA compared to 4.78 and 4.06. Hitting advantage goes towards the Cubbies here Cubbies in here in this one, 148 WRC plus, which is number one in baseball against righties, compared to 84, which is 28th. I did move on this over 8.5 at -121. I made that play this morning before the show. That was one of the 4 plays I had locked in before. The way that this line is moving, even though all the money and all the tickets are coming in on the under and the bookmakers have moved it up, tells me everything I need to know about this game. I also think the White Sox are live in this matchup. I think that the White Sox potentially can win this game. Do I want to back Touki Toussaint and the Chicago White Sox? No. I do not. I'm not going to. I lean Chicago. Maybe if you want to back Chicago, you can grab their team total over, but that's asking the White Sox to score runs, which is terrifying to think. But 3.5 at -120 is a lean for me. But I'm just on the over 8.5 here.
Yeah, no, I like the Cubbies today. I cannot trust this White Sox team. I remember I had a ticket for them to win the division. I thought, hey, it can't get much worse than it did last year. Boy, was I wrong. And this is a Cubbies team that I really do like. They're slowly trying to make their way up. Where is my page on the standings? I believe if they're not in a wild card, they're very close. They're a game back of the Marlins for a wild card spot and a game and a half back of the second wild card spot. I think this Cubbies team is making a run, and they've been making a run, and these are games that they need to win. The next 2 days versus the White Sox has to be 2 W's for them. I think Kyle Hendrick gets the job done against a Tuki Toussaint that I'm not super high on. Let's go and take the over in this one. Oh, sorry, the Cubbies run line, not the over.
I don't know about the Cubbies. I really don't. I really, really don't.
That's fair. I like them today, but that's just me.
Yep. Do you all agree? Both agree on the Red Sox? I believe so.
Yes.
The Markel leaning Cubbies were online here. Well, we'll keep it moving here. This was a fun matchup last night. The Mariners and the Royals. Mariners are -135 favorites with a total of 9 in this game. I could have bet either of the plays I was looking at last night on this game. I remember I said I wanted action on it, and I either wanted the Royals first 5 or the first 5 under. I could have done both and won both. Brady Singer was phenomenal last night. But new day, -135 for the Mariners, total of 9 in this game. Still feels a little cheap for the Mariners here against one of the worst teams in baseball and Jordan Lyles. Line opened up at a -145 for the Mariners, and it's down to a 136, a 9-cent line movement towards KC in this game. Line opened up at a 9.5 at +105. It's down to a 9 at -105, suggesting Jordan Lyles pitches well here. Let's take a look at the cash flow, see if it represents that. And it kind of does. 65% of the tickets, 56% of the cash is on the under. The lines move towards the under. 28% of the tickets and 82% of the cash is on the Kansas City Royals in this game. So big money coming in on the Royals here in this spot. Feels very, very sharp. Kauffman Stadium, even 0% ballpark pal. -27% home runs, but +10% doubles, triples, and +9% singles. For the pitching matchup here, Emerson, Hancock, and Jordan Lyles. Hancock, a 1.80 ERA.
Can I stop you real quick? He's pitched one start.
Pitched one start.
He was the first round pick, 6th overall, 2020 draft. He pitched one game against San Diego. We backed him. They won 6-1. He went 5 innings, 3 strikeouts, 1 earned run, 2 hits, 3 walks. Really solid start from him.
And on the flip side, good old Jordan Lyles, 5.16 ERA, 1.21 WHIP, 5.67 strikeouts per 9, which is 16%, 1.52 walks per 9, a 2.39 BABIP, a 4.44 FIP, and a 4.83 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards Seattle here, 3.41 FIP, 3.31 SIERA compared to 5.45 and 4.85. Hitting advantage actually goes towards these City Royals. 113 WRC plus, which is 8th compared to 84, which is 27th. The Mariners are not hitting righties right now, which is kind of interesting here. Just want to make sure I typed in the wrong one. Wait, no. Why am I off here? I need to make sure that's right because it looks like I mistyped it, and it's not. They're not 84, which is 27th. Did I write this in right? Seattle 115 WRC plus, which is 7th. I don't know where I came up with 84, which is that's the wrong. Okay. I was reading the White Sox stats. There we go. So slight hitting advantage towards the Mariners in this one. I apologize for that one. but all my other numbers are correct. Yes. All right, cool. Now that I got that figured out, I'm interested in Casey here in this one. Casey Earle in this spot. You have the line moving towards KC. The big bets are coming in on KC. I think the pitching advantage goes towards KC here with Jordan Lyles. We don't know much from this guy that came up from Double-A. The bullpen advantage does go towards Seattle, which is going to limit me to only liking KC in the first five in this game. And what can I get for these Royals here in the first 5 innings is even money. I'm going to go ahead and jump on KC even money first 5 here.
We actually do know a decent chunk from this from Mr. Hancock. We know that he was the first round pick, 6th overall in the 2020 draft out of Georgia, and he's one of the highest. I think he was the highest pitching prospect for the Seattle Mariners coming into the year. So he was expected to be fantastic. He had a really good first start. I feel like because it's only his second start, that's why the line is so close. Because people are still not trusting in Emerson Hancock. They still don't know enough about him. But if you watched him in the minors, or you watched him in college in Georgia, I believe they made a nice run in 2019. They did something, and he was pretty solid. That's why he was one of the top picks in 2020. Although that draft is kind of wonky because that was the COVID year. But I do like the Mariners in this one. I would have to run line it because I'm not laying it. Jordan Lyles has been awful. And I trust this kid. There's a couple prospects that I look up. There's a difference between a guy making his first career start after playing 8 years in the minors and 6 of them in AAA and not being able to get up all the way. And then there's a difference between that and a player that got drafted 3 years ago and is jumped from AA to major leagues. That's a big difference in backing those types of players. I have no problem backing Hancock. There's a couple of people in the league that I'm like that with. I like the Seattle Mariners in this one. And I think it's a big series that they need to the last game, maybe a bad spot for them, bad travel spot. They need to win games, especially against the Royals, if they want to have a shot at catching Toronto or Houston in that wild card race, which they're currently 2 games back for.
I don't think they do. I think they come up short, personally.
That's fine. I still think Seattle makes the playoffs. I think they're that good. They had a really rough first half, and I mentioned in a show, that I thought that they would be a team that comes back and makes the playoffs. I mentioned division, but they're nowhere near that.
No, not a chance they win the division. That's Texas, and that's a lock, basically. So
7.5 games back. So
yeah.
Back to Jeff.
But yeah. Nathan Sterner leading Cubbies money line. Hey Chicago, what do you say?
The Cubs are gonna win today.
Mariners money line. I don't like
Run
it.
line it. Run line
Seattle money line. I'm on KC here. I'm on KC. We'll move on here. This one's an interesting one. The Diamondbacks minus 150 favorites, total of 12.5 in this game. Looks like a bullpen game for the Diamondbacks because the starter
Joe Mantiply.
Yep. Versus Ty Block. I like what I've seen from Ty Block, but the lines moved towards Arizona. Line opened up at minus 125. It's now up to a minus 158. A big line movement towards Arizona here. 23 cents, 33 cents towards the Diamondbacks. Line opened up at a 12, minus 120. Now it's at 12.5 and minus 115. So a move towards the over and a move towards the Diamondbacks in this one here. See if the cash flow represents that here as well. 75% of the tickets, 94% of the cash is on the over. 67% of the tickets, 94% cash is on the over. That just changed in front of my eyes. 74% of the tickets, 79% of the cash is on the Diamondbacks, and the lines move towards the Diamondbacks here. Taking a look at Ballpark Pal, put on your shocked faces. Coors Field's the number one hitting conditions on the slate. Plus 34% runs, plus 35% home runs, plus 21% doubles, triples, plus 11% singles. Taking a look at the pitching matchup, Ty Block has been good. 2.41 ERA, 1.07 whip, 3.86 strikeouts per 9, 11%, but a 1.93 walks per 9, a 241 BABIP, a 4.6 FIP, and a 5.50 SIERA. On the flip side, it's a bullpen game for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And is this Colorado versus righties, the stats I have, or this is versus lefties? This is versus righties that I have them dead last. Colorado, the first inning or two will be facing a lefty, and they'll probably go to a righty afterwards. Doesn't matter. Colorado is 29th against lefties, so it really doesn't matter who they play. The Colorado Rockies are not hitting anybody. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Rockies, 4.75 FIP, 4.48 SIERA compared to 5.35 and 4.37. Hitting advantage goes towards the Diamondbacks, 85 WRC plus, which is 20th, compared to 64, which is 30th. There's no way I'm taking an over 12.5 with two teams that are not even cracking, or that are not 85 and 64 WRC plus the last 30 days. Just not happening. Easy stay off spot for me. Easiest stay off spot on the board.
Oh, 100%. I wanted nothing to do with this game. The Diamondbacks I've let go of, although they're only one game under now, and they're 3.5 games back for a wild card spot. They're not going to make it. But these are games that they should be winning. I will say 12.5 just seems very, very high for these two teams. That being said, would you be surprised if you look back at the score and saw 7-6 in the third inning? No. This one's a complete stay away from me. There's better spots on the rest of this league. Don't need to waste time on this game.
Yup. We'll head over to the chat here. D cracks for Nathan and a pass for Markel. 100% agree there. We'll move on. Padres and Orioles in this one here. Padres minus 130 favorites with a total of 8 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot between San Diego and Baltimore. This line has moved around a decent amount. It opened up at a 125. It's now down to a 123. It did get up to a minus 135 at one point for the Padres. It also did get down to a minus 118 one time for the Padres. So this line's bounced a lot. But since the opening line, it's a 2-cent line movement towards Baltimore. Line opened up at an 8.5 at plus 105. It's down to an 8 at minus 125. So it's moved down half a run, and it's moved toward the Orioles here. Really no surprise. It's moved towards the Orioles, though. 79% of the tickets and 73% of the cash is on the Orioles. 60% of the tickets and 58% of the cash is on the under. The line's moved towards the under here. Ballpark Pal has this as the worst hitting conditions on the slate. 0% home runs, minus 6% doubles, triples, minus 10% singles, and minus 10% overall. So it looks like it could be a low-scoring game here. Looking at the pitching matchup here, it is Michael Waka making his first appearance in a little bit here, because I have no numbers for him the last 30 days.
He hasn't pitched in a while.
He hasn't pitched since the 1st of July, where he gave up 1 earned run on 5 hits and 5 innings pitched against the Cincinnati Reds in Cincinnati. On the flip side, Jack Flaherty, 4.50 ERA, 1.39 WHIP, 10.61 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%. 3.21 walks per 9, a 320 BABIP, a 4.51 FIP, and a 3.93 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Orioles here. 3.36 FIP, 3.80 SIERA compared to 4.2 and 4.05. Hitting advantage does go towards the Padres here. 102 WRC plus, which is 13th, compared to 83, which is 28th. The Orioles are not hitting right now. I don't know what it is, but they're not hitting. They're hitting lefties decent. Against righties, they are bottom 3 in baseball the last 30 days. Just the numbers. I want nothing to do with this game. Absolutely nothing to do with this game. Probably everybody's going to bet the Orioles. The Orioles are going to win again because it's the team that everyone bets, and everybody wins. And the second I touch them, they'll lose. So, pass.
You're no fun. Jack Flaherty, 14-8 Baltimore/St. Louis when he pitches. He's up 6.21 units. That is 7th or 6th if I take out Matthew Boyd in the MLB. Let's not also forget, and I know I mention this almost every single day,
They're the most profitable team, we know.
They're the most profitable team in baseball. They're the most profitable road team in baseball. And it's not particularly close. So, yes, I'm going to keep backing them. I know you get annoyed with me for backing them every single day. They are one of the best teams. Not to mention, over the entire season, 3.61 bullpen ERA, which is number 5 in baseball. They have an elite bullpen. And I'm just going to keep backing Baltimore until the wheels fall off. And guess what? They haven't fallen off since last year. They've been the most profitable team in baseball over the last 2 years. And I don't think it's particularly close combining them. I'm just going to keep backing the Orioles. This team is going to be really good for years to come. And just going to keep next year, I'm going to do the same thing. Every single game, Baltimore money line or run line if they're too big of favorites.
Sure.
I'll be profitable.
Almost 1-800. Yeah. O's.
Yep.
Usual O's money line. Reverse run line. Yeah. Padres minus 130 looks sus. We've been saying that about the Orioles all year long, and I keep losing money thinking that these lines look short, that the public's all over Baltimore because they always are, and they always, for whatever reason, wins. They feel like the Minnesota Vikings of last year.
Don't say that, please.
Where they were always – no. When you look at the market, it's always saying that the public is all over Baltimore, and they always find a way to win, just like everybody was all over Minnesota last year and the Vikings. And they always found a way to freaking win. Like, there's those teams that it doesn't matter. Yeah. O's. Yeah. Don't be sad, Nick. Every O's wins brings Tim's Orioles to win the AL East future cash. It also takes away from my Tampa Bay Rays future. So I'm not happy about that. Thank you for your stat knowledge. Hit three 14 parlays yesterday. There you go. Cards run line, Texas money line, Royals run line, Tampa money line. Hell yeah. There you go. We'll move on here to the Tampa Bay Rays and the San Francisco Giants. The Giants are minus 110 favorites in this game with a total of 8.5 in this spot. We have Jacob Junis and Zach Littell. This line's kind of weird because it opened up at a minus 110. It's now a minus 108 the other way. The Rays opened up at a favorite now, or a pick'em favorite, slight pick'em favorite, and now the Giants are a slight pick'em favorite. The line opened up at an 8.5 minus 120. It's now an 8.5 minus 116. So a line movement towards the under and a line movement towards the Giants here in this spot. Let's take a look at the money coming in on this game. And we have 75% of the tickets and 59% of the cash is on the Rays in this one. 91% of the tickets are on the under. We have no cash flow on the total, though. Looking at the ballpark pal here for this one. Usually Oracle Park's towards the bottom. It's not today. Even. 0%. Minus 21% home runs, plus 11% doubles, triples, plus 5% singles. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Jacob Junis and Zach Littell. I'm guessing this is a bullpen game. Jacob Junis should not be in the major league still. He's not a good pitcher. He's only going to the furthest he's gone this year is 3 innings. Somehow he's not giving up many runs, but he's only going 1 or 2 innings. Maybe that's the reason why he's not giving up runs. And on the other side, Zach Littell, 2.42 ERA, 1.12 WHIP, 6.85 strikeouts per 9, which is 19%, 0.4 walks per 9, a 3.10 BABIP, but a 3.04 FIP and a 3.80 SIERA. The bullpen advantage does go towards the Giants in this one here, 3.36 FIP, 3.87 SIERA compared to 4.23 and 3.656. Hitting advantage goes towards the Rays here, 113 WRC plus, which is 9th compared to 71, which is 29th. The Giants are not hitting right now. I think Zach Littell could pitch well in this game. I would lean towards the Tampa Bay Rays in this spot. The market's going to keep me off of it, but it would be Rays or nothing for me personally.
I would probably be leaning the opposite way, but I'm not touching 2 bullpen games. Although these are the 2 teams to trust for it, but I'm not necessarily going to be interested in going after it. You get Littell, who goes, 1 inning? Oh, no, sorry. He's gone 6.
I was going to say, no, I would have mentioned that because he's been going deeper into games.
Never mind. I remember him going through a long stretch. I don't really pay attention to that as much because I thought he was a bullpen.
They slotted him into
Shane McClanahan spot.
Shane McClanahan spot. Is that who they? Yeah.
Although,
or no, they slotted him in, I believe, into Yanni Chirinos' spot when they traded him.
That could be it too. Yeah, it's just a bullpen game versus Littell. I'm not really too interested in this one. There's better. I'm happy with the play. I'm not going to have anything in this game or in the next game. I'm happy with my card for the day, which is a solid 4 games.
Which, no surprise here, with Tampa Bay, this is, I think, the best he's pitched since 2021. In 2021, he was mainly a reliever. This is the most games he started this so far. He's only started 6 games, but Littell, I think, has some promise to him. I think he does. The Rays probably see something in him here.
Probably.
Giants aren't really hitting. They aren't. Yeah. They closed my Bitcoin wallet now. How am I supposed to load Bovada? Credit card? I don't know. Also hit Arizona Rockies under, Royals run line, Tampa run money line, Baltimore money line parlay. Dang. All right. Nerfy shot, pass on everything else here. Totally fair. I could see Littell coming through. I'd be more worried about Jacob Junis. But other than that, we'll move on to the final game here. I've really slowed down on my action here the last few games. I passed on the last 3 games. Maybe we'll get some action here between the Brew Crew and the Dodgers. The Dodgers are minus 205 favorites with a total of 9 in this game. The Dodgers have been absolutely red hot as of late. Adrian Hauser and Bryce Miller, your pitching matchup here. Line opened up at a 195. It's up to a 205. A 10-cent line movement towards the Dodgers. Line opened up at a 9 at minus 105. It is still there on Bet Online. The line has not moved. I believe on DK, though, this line opened up at an 8.5, and it's now up to a 9. Yeah, this line opened up at an 8.5, and it moved up to a 9 on DK. Let's see if the line move represents a move towards the Dodgers. And it kind of does. 70% of the tickets and 63% of the cash is on the Dodgers. 23% of the tickets and 52% of the cash is on the under, though. So the bigger bet's coming in on the under here in this spot. Let's take a look at the ballpark pal here. Dodger Stadium, a massive plus 1% runs, plus 11% doubles, home runs, minus 2% doubles, triples, minus 4% singles. We have Adrian Hauser, Bobby Miller. Hauser's not been bad. A 5.74 ERA, 1.43 WHIP, 9.45 strikeouts per 9, which is 24%, 3.04 walks per 9, a 3.33 BABIP, but a 4.13 FIP and a 4.11 SIERA. On the flip side, Bobby Miller, 2.84 ERA, 1.26 WHIP, 8.53 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%, 2.13 walks per 9, a 3.24 BABIP, a 3.34 FIP, and a 4.13 SIERA. Bullpen advantage goes towards the Brewers here. 3.78 FIP, 3.25 SIERA compared to 4.03 and a 4.23. The hitting advantage goes towards the Dodgers share, 127 WRC plus, which is 3rd, compared to 88, which is 25th. I don't want the Dodgers full game here. The bullpen from Milwaukee is probably their best attribute here. And I was trying to find a way to get on Milwaukee here. But this is probably just me staying off for the last game of the night here. It's a pass for me. These last 4 games did not appeal to me, so my baseball slate will be ending at 8-10. With the Royals, I'm passing on the spot.
Yeah, I'm in a very similar spot. I'm not going after these two pitchers. I'm not really interested in Bobby Miller, although I believe he was a big young prospect that was coming up for him. This is his rookie year. He's actually looked kind of good for his rookie year, to be honest. Yes. But I'm not going after the Padres. I'm sorry, I'm not going after the Brewers. I would really much rather see the Brewers start losing games. Because I would love to see the Cubbies take over the division, which Cubbies are, or that division, Milwaukee, and then Cubbies and Reds are both 3.5 games back. And then, Nick, your Cardinals, 12 games back. They're getting there. They're almost there.
Hilarious.
I know. No, I like the Cubbies in this matchup. I think wow. I'll be rooting for the Dodgers because I'm hoping the Brewers lose some games for the Cubbies, but I'm not really touching this game. I don't like the pitching matchup at all. Maybe an over, but not really interested.
Fair. But that is everything for today's card here. I'll head back to the chat here. Brew Crew from O'Harris. Dodger run line for Nathan. Switching my parlay to Braves, Boston, and Rangers. Nathan saying smart man. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it there. No, he has not thrown a home run since June. I mistyped. I think he mistyped.
Sevi?
Yeah, I was going to say Sevi's been getting hit. So, but that is all the games and all the chat for right this second, Tim. So you know it's time for.
Yep.
Housekeeping.
Yes, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all support. Check out all the links in the description below or the links I'm going to be putting in the chat. There's already the pinned comment, which is the Instagram. I'm putting in the Twitter now and the TikTok. Make sure you guys are following us on all of those platforms, along with subscribing to this YouTube channel. We'll see what goes on the next little while. Maybe I might do a poker stream tonight. That could be kind of fun. Wow, Higgs is on the Mets run line. Wow. Okay. Sorry. I'm just gonna recap. I kind of like the Astros today in the over, or lean over, but I like the Astros more. I like the Red Sox run line. I like the under in the Blue Jays game. Over in the Braves game, along with a lean towards the Braves run line. Rangers run line. I like the Cubbies today. I like Seattle today. Have to run line it. I like Baltimore. And that's it. Nick, your turn.
Yeah. And by the way, I do have a little bit of housekeeping here as well, because I was talking with Dave last night. We're gonna sneak peek here of something that's something coming up in the future. Tim doesn't know about it yet either.
Oh, I saw a thumbnail on the email today.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool, Nick. Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, there we go. Saturday Night Live betting. It's going to be for college football season. We're going to be doing college football live streams every single week of the college football season. And that includes when ECU is at home. He'll be running the stream during that time. But we will be doing college football live betting every Saturday during the season. Excited to announce that. Dave and I want to start pushing that now, because the first one will be during week 0. On the 26th.
Yes, because we get like the Navy game and
yeah, the stream would be starting about, I think, a halftime of the Navy game, and it would go through the rest of the games. But yeah,
I'm excited because one of those games that I'm really, really excited
Jacksonville
for
State
is Jacksonville State. Let's get it.
Yes, but yeah, that is, yeah, we get those late night Hawaii games. Yes, we do. We will.
Really? All right. I'm excited now.
Why not? But yeah, let's go back to the chat here, and then we will head on out. Markel liking the Natties first 5. I do not. I'm on the Red Sox. Baltimore, Atlanta parlay for Untouchable. And yes, we do get those late night live Hawaii weekends when their games start at 11:59. But that is everything for today's slate. We will catch you guys tomorrow for another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Until then, good luck.